Hello traders, welcome to the second trading week in the month of June. I hope you had a good trading week last week. The previous week was a relatively good one for me. I hope it went really well for you. There are favorable setups for the coming week. But before we go on to analyze this week's price, let us do a quick recap of what you had on the watch list for last week. On the watch list for last week, we had the Euro USD, the GBP and the AUDNZD. Starting with the AUDNZD, price was actually around this area when I made the forecast, and I was expecting a break or hold. The break eventually came, retested, and the bear stepped in, though the momentum wasn't that high. For the GBP, it was a breakout from this triangle. That was to be expected. The breakout eventually came, retested numerous times, but then it turned out to be a false break, although it went up for a while. For the Euro USD, this black line was actually the point of interest that I was looking at. Price respected it to begin the week, but I was actually slightly bearish, and the break below this level that I was expecting came only too late within the week, so I let it go. For the coming week, on the watch list, we have the AUDCAD, the NZDCAD, and the GBPCAD. Starting with the AUDCAD, we can see that the AUDCAD remained neutral throughout the whole of last week. It was choppy as well. So out of this choppiness has emanated a falling wedge, which is still in the formation process. We can see that the support of the wedge is well defined, but then the resistance of the wedge is still in the formation process with a third touch expected. In the coming week, a breakout is what to look out for. A breakout of the resistance or a breakout of the support is what is to be expected. That will give the market direction for this pair. For the NZDCAD, we have a similar situation over here. A market structure which is in the form of a wedge is also in the formation process. It had a quiet trading week last week as well, so I'll be looking more at the previous week's trading range into the coming week. A breakout for this resistance level, which comes in at the 0.87901, or a break from the support, which comes in at 0.87082, will determine or could determine the market direction of the NZDCAD. If NZDCAD keeps trading within this horizontal range, it remains neutral. And lastly, on to GBPCAD that we had on the watch list for last week. This is the new pattern that has developed on the GBPCAD. We have a rising wedge over here, and now market currently sits comfortably below the support of the rising wedge. So for now, the bears seem to be in control. As long as GBPCAD remains below the support of the wedge, the bears are in control. In the coming week, one thing to expect, or a scenario that is likely, is a retest of the wedge support as new resistance for the bears to continue with the move. However, if the GBPCAD manages to break above the support, trade within the range, or go above the wedges range, I would let go of my bearish bias. That is it for the coming week. I wish you a profitable trading week. See you next week.